Of all the projects that I've worked on in the city, the High Line is by far my favorite. It's not just a straight, relentlessly linear experience, but you meander along it. You have this multifaceted experience up here, which is really very magical.
I know people and friends of mine, even in ULI, who would look at this project and say, what a stupid use of public money that is. Why wouldn't you just rip that thing down? And not really understand how we've been able to use that old abandoned rail siding to be able to create economic development, to create park space, and to create something that really is truly unique.
In front of you, you see 31 new projects. There are 2 more projects behind us, a total of 33 new projects. We have Frank Gehry, Jean Nouvel, Shigeru Ban, Annabelle Seldorf, Neil Denari, Della Valle, and Audrey Matlock, all in one small space in one eye view. It's an incredible, manifestation of what public space can do to private real estate value.
Most people think of zoning as, oh, okay, you just draw a square and say you can build 3 stories here, and this other square you can build 10 stories. That's not the kind of zoning that Amanda Burden does. She tries to create a future without destroying neighborhoods.
I thought that the linkage between Amanda Burden's accomplishments and the ULI mission were particularly strong. Clearly, she's been a major part in contributing to the thriving community that New York City is.
The role of the planning department, in a sense, in our time is very different than it has been for a long time, and it's a place of great creativity and opportunity for the economic development of a city.
Culture derives from urban environments. Commerce certainly thrives in urban environments. Intellectual activity springs from urban environments. She isn't dealing with the urban context in the sense of a city losing population, losing vitality, losing economic growth. Quite the reverse.
We picked Amanda because she's a wonderful example of somebody on the front lines who's getting things done.
Years ago, my stepfather, William S. Paley, built a very small park called Paley Park. When I saw how people used this very small public space, I had an epiphany. It added so much to the quality of life in the city, its livability, its sociability. It just was this incredible refuge, and I thought, this is a way I can do public service forever, to create a better city through better public spaces.
With Holly White as a mentor for her vision for the city, her experience with Battery Park City, which is transit-oriented, pedestrian-friendly, and really a marvelous place.
Amanda's vision at Battery Park City was that the starting point and the most important part of the project would be the public spaces.
If you've ever walked the length of Battery Park City, you would see what an achievement that is for our time.
There are people that have large visions and never see them implemented. And there are people who are focused on minutiae and never have a larger vision, but lots of details. Amanda incorporates both in one person.
Robert Moses sort of cut us off from the water. Amanda Burden's connecting us again.
A city has to create an environment where development feels comfortable, where you can really exploit the advantages of a city. And Amanda Burden, as the director of the planning department, has been very good at that.
It's not about only ideas, it's about whether you can implement those ideas. She's done a great job of that, and not only in the places that get a lot of attention, like the center city, but in the neighborhoods.
She was a very big part of bringing us all together to focus on not just beautiful buildings and beautiful spaces, but how do regular citizens in New York take part of them?
All of our grand mammoth plans really mean nothing unless they're totally embraced by the community. We set our goals in the Robert Moses manner, but we are judged by Jane Jacobs' standards.
You can't do it from your desk. I understand these 188 neighborhoods. They're all different, and I get to see them all in depth. I love that.
She's not just a planner or a theorist. She's actually a walking, breathing practitioner of planning in this city.
It's gorgeous.
I've said to her, if we're lucky enough to have a third term, what would you do? Where else would you go? What are the new ideas? And she started the process of thinking about, let's throw out everything that we've ever thought about before and approach the problem from a new perspective. Let's make sure that we unlearn what can't be done. And she's got the talents as a manager and the creativity and the personality to get it done.
We have a long way to go, but sustainable building, sustainable development, a sustainable blueprint for the city is absolutely essential to New York City's future.